have a massive amount of Hoyas to Chai. Come here. Meow. Okay, take two. Welcome, you guys. I'm Melissa, and I'm here to share with you a bunch of new Hoyas that I got over the past couple months. I have them all lined up here, so I have a lot to go through. Okay, I brought you back up. Hopefully the lighting stays okay throughout this. I'm using a ring light. It is super gloomy today. That like nor'easter is on the coast, and so it's like gloomy, rainy the past couple of days. But yeah, a couple things though before we get started. I guess on a more serious note, first thing is I know it's a lot of plants and I'm hauling a lot of plants. So I'm getting these plants basically for my shop purposes because it is my job. I feel like YouTube isn't primarily like my main focus now. I do 2 videos a week and the shop takes up 90% of my time. I feel like some people still see me as like a plant YouTuber, but because I still am posting so much, but it really has been a challenge doing both. But the only reason I'm able to buy as many plants and share as many plants is because of that reason and having a shop. I feel like if I posted the same like 20, 30 plants every week, it would get kind of boring if I didn't get new inventory in. So that's one of the reasons, getting new plants. And then the other reason is, yeah, there's plants that I like personally that are like wish list plants that I want to grow out, but also I want to see like what grows well, what propagates well, and also what sells well. Like what are people looking for? What are they buying? So that's trends that I've noticed within my own shop, what sells well every week, and stuff that I'm taking into consideration basically. I love growing plants out personally. I would rather grow like a really healthy mother plant and take, you know, clippings and cuttings and propagate and sell that way versus buying wholesale from a greenhouse, getting the plants in and then, you know, just turning around and reselling them. Like I prefer not to do that unless there just gets to be a point where I'm tired of caring for so many mother plants because it is a lot of work. I feel like too, you guys see like 2 hours of my life because I'm doing 2 videos a week now. So that's basically like 2 hours of what you guys see versus what I'm doing behind the scenes, and having a plant shop is so much work. And I guess I'll talk more about that in a Q&A that I'm gonna do coming up, that I had asked you guys to put in questions for. But yeah, I'm super grateful to be able to buy plants as a part of this job. But I just wanted to make sure that people are aware that's the reason why I'm doing this, because if I didn't have the shop, I would not be buying and bringing in so many plants all the time. And I'm not saying I'm gonna keep all these. If I find that they just don't grow well, they don't prop well, they're not really buying, then the chances are I'll probably get rid of that plant and downsize it, because I want to keep a collection of plants, one that I like growing, and ultimately that does sell well, because the plant shop, like I said, is kind of like my main job now. Okay, and I also feel like I need to set a little bit of a boundary before I get started, and that is like I'm not going to be sharing the shops that I got these from. I got these from, I think I ordered from like 5 different shops from all these, you know, Hoyas that I have here. But also I feel like it's hard to really explain unless you are a creator and can understand that part of it rather than just seeing me as like an influencer. But I buy 99% of the plants that I bring in, right? So money that I get from selling plants, I use a portion of that to buy like new plants. And so I love supporting small shops, and I buy a lot of my plants through Etsy. I buy cuttings or small plants and I grow them out to be mother plants. And I don't ask for free stuff. I buy as a customer and I don't expect anything extra. I feel like I don't share as many unboxings nowadays. And I feel like that's part of the reason is I feel like there's a little bit of a blurred line between influencer slash customer. Like they're wanting me to share the unboxing and share their shop. And I'm happy to do that sometimes. Like I've started putting a little disclaimer in my description that if I happen to share, it's because I just genuinely felt like it. I had a good experience. And if by me sharing gets that shop more views, more sales, like I'm happy for them genuinely. But I also feel like on the creator side, I get a lot of emails every day, every week of just like brands reaching out. Not even like, most of it's not even plant related, just like random stuff. And getting emails week after week after week, years after years now. I've been doing this since 21. It gets exhausting in a sense that you just feel used, and like they ultimately just want my platform, want my audience. They want me to promote so they can get their product out, right? They want eyes on their product. That's why they want an ad in a video. I'm trying to think of how to word this because it's really hard to understand, or sometimes I struggle with getting words out. Like I have the thoughts up here, but to actually like get them out and to have it make sense, I struggle with sometimes. But I basically just feel like used. I am not really seen as a creator. Like my work isn't valued. It's just like, oh, you're somebody who has a platform, your audience, I would hope, trust you in what you say. And so I just feel like that's all that they're after. And I'm like, that's why one of the reasons I don't do a lot of, well, I haven't really done any paid promotions on this channel. So I feel like that's when the boundary line crosses over a little bit, when I get the feeling some shops have that expectation of me sharing, and it kind of feels like that being used in a sense. I don't know if you know what I'm saying or know what I mean. And so that's one of the reasons I'm not sharing shops as much now, is because I just don't want to have that expectation of, because I shared, then they're like, oh, well, maybe if I gift you something, or then you'll like be more inclined to promote, if that makes sense. I've had a shop recently share or generate a coupon code with my name in hopes that I would share. And that, it kind of upset me, I'm not gonna lie, because there was no communication prior to that. And I just felt like, in a sense, it was like forcing me to share because of that. And I didn't want to feel that way. Like I was buying the plants for me. I was opening it off camera because sometimes I just like to enjoy unboxings off camera and not have to film them all the time. But I also don't want that expectation of, oh, because I shared before, are they hoping that I'm going to share again, basically. So that's all I really wanted to share and get off my chest before I showed all these Hoyas. But genuinely, I do really love supporting smaller shops, and I love sharing. And if they get business from that, then I'm happy to. But once it crosses over that line, I feel less inclined to share, if that makes sense. I think Chai's getting hyper. Yeah. Oh, there he goes. I see him. What you got? Okay, let's go ahead and get started on showing you the Hoyas. I do have a lot to get through. Most of these are cuttings. Some have grown a little bit now because I've had some of these for a couple months. And some of these are freebies that I got with my purchase. Yeah, let's show you the free ones I got first, because I think I have 1, 2, 3 that are free. So these were included in the packages that I bought. This one here, actually we have 2 that are variegated, and I am going to butcher both of these names. So I'm just gonna put the name on the screen because you guys know how I am. I cannot pronounce anything. But this one here is just now starting to grow. I've had this one for quite a while, but that's the name there, and I'll be sure to put it on the screen. But it has little tiny cute little leaves. I mean, these leaves are super tiny. I don't, like maybe my pinky, it's so tiny. But it has some inner variegation, and I had it rooting. I had like a little humidity dome over it to help it root, but I recently put it into a little mix of stratum, pond, and perlite to help it stay kind of moist. I didn't want to chance soil rooting this in case it rotted, but there is a tiny, tiny growth point that is starting right there. But yeah, I love round leaves on Hoyas. It's one of my favorite. Like Hoya Matilde is one of my favorites. And so the round leaves are so stinking cute on this one. And it was so nice that they included this for free, of course. I just think the tiny little leaves, I love tiny Hoya leaves. So that was a freebie with purchase. This one was a freebie with purchase as well. And that's the name of that one. No idea how to pronounce that at all. And this one again has like the same kind of inner variegation, but the leaves are ruffly. And I think that's so unique to have ruffles on the leaves. I have seen this Hoya and I was tempted to get it, but I never pulled the trigger. But now that I have like a free little cutting, it's exciting to have this one. I don't know if it's grown yet. No, I don't think so. I don't see like a growth point there, but it has 2 nodes, one here and then one here. But I think those wavy little leaves are so cute. I don't really know anything about these Hoyas. I haven't looked a lot of these up, honestly, so I don't know what the blooms look like. So maybe as I show you these, I can like Google the bloom image and pop it on the screen too. So I don't know how like fast these grow, how well they do. So as I like care for these and grow them out, I'm excited to see which ones like grow better and stuff like that. But yeah, those are really cute. So that was nice of the sellers to include those. And this one here was a freebie as well. And you guys, I am obsessed with this Hoya. I had no idea this even existed. That's the name there. And it's a Hoya that has some longer leaves. But the thing about this Hoya, it does have an outer, the elbow marginata. Yeah, so the variegation is on the outside. But the leaves are, it's like velvety in a sense. Not like super velvety, but it has like that texture, that velvety sheen and texture. And it's so cool. I honestly love this Hoya so much. It was a cutting, so it is rooting. I have these in a propagation bin, so they're getting some higher humidity right now. But I stuck it in here and then it has shot out its growth point here. So it's just now getting ready to start growing. But I think this is such a cool Hoya. I love the feel, and the leaves are pretty dark on it too. Like it's a pretty dark leafed Hoya. I love the shape. So I love my silvery Hoyas and I love my variegated Hoyas, but recently I have been drawn as well to like really dark leaves on Hoyas. And so when I got this as a freebie, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. I like fell in love immediately. And I never would purchase it, I don't think, because I didn't even know it existed. But it's so cool. I love the little outer variegation too. So yeah, I love this one. I'm super excited to see this grow. It feels like already that it's going to be a fast grower, which I'm excited for. So yeah, I love this one. Okay, so the rest of the Hoyas are the ones that I purchased, and I'm really excited for a lot of these. 2 are rare, like rare unicorn, and some are like mid-range, and some I feel like are probably pretty common. Okay, let's do this one. I actually purchased, I'm counting this as one plant, but I purchased from 2 different places because I wanted to know which one was going to be more silver. I was worried one was going to have a little bit more splash than silver. So this is Hoya Lima Silver. And I do have Hoya Lima Splash already, and I love it. And then there's an all silver version, which of course I feel like I had to get. So this one here does appear to look more silver. And a lot of these plants that I'm going to show you, I ended up propagating pretty much right away because it was a longer vine. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it into a couple pieces so I can have more vines growing. So that's what I did with this one. I have like one vine over here, and this was like the top section. So this one is just now spitting out some little leaves, but I really like the all silver. I think that's so pretty. It's like an oval shape to this Hoya. My splash one has peduncles, but it hasn't actually like bloomed yet. But I'm really excited to have the all silver. And this one here looks like that. So it's pretty much the same. I think this one has a little bit less silver. So I don't know how that's going to grow out. But this was like one cutting here. So this one's, I don't think, rooted yet because this one arrived pretty recently. I've had this one longer. So there is her. Super excited to see this one grow out. I just think the all silver is so pretty. Okay, here's another silver one. And this one I had been eyeing for a bit, but I hesitated. So I ended up just getting a cutting because it was a little bit more affordable than buying like a bigger specimen. But this is Latifolia Silver, and it looks like that. The silver on this is so, so silver and pretty. So this is just a one leaf cutting here. It's a pretty decent sized leaf. And it is rooting. Yes, I do have roots, but I don't think the growth point has emerged yet. So that's where it was cut before. And so the growth point would come out of here. I imagine this one's going to be pretty slow because it is all silver. If any of you guys have any of these Hoyas, let me know if you have like anything to say about any of them. But I just love the round leaf. I used to have a latifolia, was macrophylla, the elbow, but I ended up selling that plant and getting rid of what I had because I wanted to downsize it. And so I really liked the look of the all silver, of course. So she is pretty. I'm excited to see this one grow, although I do think it's going to be a while. Okay, let's do the lacunosa. I only have one lacunosa here that I brought in. This one I went ahead and propped up in multiple pieces. So there's like 4 little propagations in here, and I'm going to let this one grow out. But this is lacunosa violet. So it has more of like a dark purple undertone. The backside is pretty purple too. It has like a dark look to the leaves. I just really like this one. I like that it was silver, but I liked the purple undertone. It's really hard to see right now because it hasn't really grown out yet. But I'm excited for this one. I feel like these cuttings here probably won't grow for a bit, and this was the top section, so it looks like that one might be getting ready to grow right here. I added this one on because I was already buying some cuttings from the same person, so I was like, oh, let me go ahead and add this on since I'm already, paying for shipping and everything. So that's why this one ended up in my cart, but I am really excited for it. I have so many lacunosas, but I really liked the purple hue to that one. Okay, this one here is a repeat purchase because the first one I bought was from so I have a few other Hoyas that I bought that I was going to show you, but I think I am going to chuck that up as a loss because I had never purchased from them before, and the cuttings looked like really healthy online, and when I got them, it looked like they were the butt cuts to the bottom, and they were cut back multiple times, so I don't even think that node is going to spit anything out anymore. I'm gonna hold on to them a little bit longer. It's been like 6 weeks or so and they haven't grown or done anything yet. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But one of the ones that I got was this one. So I rebought this one. This is Hoya pubicalis Pink Silver Ghost. I did have a pubicalis once in my collection and it was kind of splashy like this, but I was hoping this one would have been a little bit more silvery. More silver. It has more of a splash than I had hoped for, so I may find a different specimen. I really like the more silver ones. I'm still really happy with it. It hasn't like grown or anything yet. I have this in the same like perlite, stratum, and pond mix. I'm gonna let that root up before I pot it up. I'm gonna see what the new leaves come in like and how this plant grows, but if I'm not happy with the amount of silver, I might look for one that has a little bit more silver. I'm pretty sure the image listing showed it being more silver, so that's how mine came, but I'm still happy with it. I just was hoping for more silver. This one here, again, it's another like silver ghost Hoya, erythrostemma or something like that is this one. And so I had already propagated it. I have one more propagation that is like the top section, but it has a new vine that's woody. It was with the order that the other Hoyas were from that aren't growing, but it was long enough that I was able to cut it up, and so these were the like 2 mid cuttings or whatever, so they're finally starting to grow. This one is, I would say it's silver, but it's more of like a green silver than like a silver. Let's hold it up against something silver. Do you see what I mean? It's not like pure silver, but it still has a little bit of that silver undertone. I still like it. I feel like it looked more silver, or it appeared more silver online, but I still really like it. I like the round leaves and everything. So this one here is getting ready to grow. So we'll see how it does. If I decide that I don't like it or I change my mind, again, like I said, I'll probably not keep it anymore, but I just wanted to get some variety to grow out because there's so many Hoyas. I've actually kind of fallen more in love with Hoya lately. I feel like this year, because I feel like they're small. You guys know I got rid of my like big moss poles and some big plants, and it's nice having like smaller plants that you can care for. So I've really been drawn to Hoya lately. I think I'm gonna save the best for last, like the unicorn ones. Okay, let's do this one. And this one's already starting to grow. I am super surprised. This one is Hoya Meena, M-E-E-N-A. And I believe this is a hybrid. I think it's Crassiopetalata with something else. And it has more of like a round leaf, but it has the splash, which is really pretty. So these were the two original leaves here, the cutting that I got, and it's already shot out its growth point with two new leaves. I really love Hoya Crassiopetalata splash and I love the variegated, and so when I saw this one I'm like, oh, this one's really pretty with the rounded leaves. It kind of looks like, this in a way looks like Abuvada in a way with the splashiness, but then this one is more elongated, so I'm like, no, not really. It's not really looking like that anymore, but I love the shape and I love the splash, of course. So I think this one is going to be a really easy growing Hoya. I think I'm really excited to see it grow out though and what the leaves are going to do. I hope I get some more of that splash to come in. But yeah, it's a really pretty one. So Hoya Meena. Okay, this one here I chopped up. This one I got, it was like a longer strand, and so I think I was able to do the top section, and then I had like three like middle sections, and this was the bottom section. And so this bottom section is actually growing in two spots. So this one is a variegated Hoya, and again, it's one that I can't pronounce. I'll put it on the screen. But this one has beautiful leaves. I fell in love with this one. It has like the inner variegation. It kind of reminds me of Hoya polynura in a way, the inner variegated, but I like the green that it's doing as well. Like I love the dark green. I just thought it was a really pretty Hoya. These new leaves are coming in with a lot of that inner variegation, so I'm super excited. You know, I love all the polynura varieties, but the inner one I've been more attracted to lately, and I feel like this one's got some good color, so I'm excited for this one. I forget what the blooms look like. I'll have to pop that on here too, but hopefully this one does well for me. I feel like it's going to be a fast grower, which I'm excited for. Okay, this one here, oh, I have a tendril. I may end up cutting this off. I was waiting to see if this was going to grow. I had chopped it. It was one vine, and then this was the top growth here, and then the bottom growth here. Because I wanted like a more full pot. But this one I was worried it was going to yellow off, because sometimes when you get new Hoya, the vine, the tendril tends to yellow off. It looks like it's spitting some new growth here, but not on the vine, so I'll have to see if it decides to spit some leaves out. But it's got two little leaves here. This one is Hoya Carrii. It's not like the Carrii with a K, but with a C, and that's the numbers there. I really like the darkness to this one. I feel like I really like that tone to this Hoya. So I'm excited to see this one grow. I feel like this one's going to be popular. I feel like this one would be a good one to have and grow out. I don't know how quickly it grows. I feel like since it is a dark leafed Hoya and it's not like variegated, I feel like it should grow pretty quickly. So I'll have to see how it does for me. But yeah, there is that one. Okay, these three I'm super excited about. Okay, one is like my newest one. This is the one that I was waiting on to come in, so it's just like a fresh cutting, and the other two I've had for a while. So this is Hoya Caudata Inner Variegated, and those are her leaves. I really love the look to this Hoya. I also think I want to get the silver, the Hoya Caudata Silver. I have the Splash, like the regular one, and I think the blooms are so beautiful. Mine has not bloomed for me, but I can't wait to get blooms. And so when I knew there was a variegated version, I love pink plants too. And the variegation is coming in with that pink hue. I'm sure it would get even more pink under like more direct light, but she is pretty. Just a cutting, so she hasn't grown or done anything yet. So same mix I have her in, and then once she grows some roots, I will actually pot her up. I didn't want to risk, like I said earlier, them rotting, because normally I've been propping in like a lot of these I prop directly in a soil mix, but I didn't want to take the chance on some of these. So I'm going to grow them in this first. But she's really, really pretty. The leaves are smaller than I thought. Like my other Hoya caudata has a lot bigger leaves. So I don't know if it's just like this particular specimen or eventually it'll grow bigger leaves. But she's really pretty. It has kind of like a fuzz to it too. Really excited to see how this one does. Okay, this one I didn't have labeled, but I know the name that this one is called, but not like the exact name. So this is Hoya, I believe it's Ache species dragon egg. And this one I've had for a little bit now, and I think it's going to grow soon. At least I hope so. I think there's a growth point starting. This one I fell in love with the dark leaves. It looks more green on camera, but in person it's really dark. I've been like debating getting what's the other one? It starts with a C, that has like really dark, long, daggery leaves. And I really like the look to that one. But when I came across this one, I feel like I had to have it. That's what the pattern looks like. It has veining. I don't know if you can tell or make it out. It's very like, it has that texture, like you can feel the veining. And that's what the backside looks like. It's a really pretty Hoya in person. Got really beautiful leaves. There's that one. And so this was like a rooted top cutting, and it had this this here. It had like a longer point, but it was woody, so I was like cutting it back. But I knew this was a node here, and then there's a node right here. So I was a little worried this was still woody, which I think it is, like this little tip, but I do believe it is pushing a growth point right there, which is exciting. So I don't know if it'll eventually push a growth point here. It does have a little root coming in right there because it is in my prop box. So maybe that will still do something. We'll see, I guess. I really love the feel. It kind of reminds me of the fishtail Hoya in a way, because I love the Hoya so much. I don't know what it is. It's like a bigger fishtail to me, but I really like it. I don't have one of these species, the Ache. I don't have that, or a Hoya like that in my collection. You can see that veining in the light too. It's really pretty. So I'm really excited for this one. Hopefully it grows well here for me. And I think I'm saving the best for last, honestly. Hi, Loon. Hi. Ow, don't bite me. Ow. Okay, saving the best for last, because this one definitely was on my wish list. I saw this one earlier this year, and I didn't think I would come across it. I had tried doing a search for it, but I didn't see any popping up for sale. And so I checked again a couple months ago, and I saw it for sale, but it did come with a pretty hefty price tag, I'm not going to lie. It's Hoya Matilde Gray Fairy, and I'm already so obsessed. But this is like super silver, you guys. I feel like if I were to describe silver on a Hoya, it is this plant. Like, this is the most silver ever. It's so pretty. So the person that I got this from, like, honestly, I feel like they were being very generous and sent me a hefty cutting, because I was not expecting so many leaves and so many nodes, which I'm super honestly just grateful for. They were so generous and so kind. But I have one growth point here that's growing, and then I have another one that's forming that's been that way for a little bit. So I don't know if it's going to grow. I do really want to do a cutting and make some of my money back on this plant, but I'm gonna wait for it to grow a little bit more. I haven't repotted it yet. It's still in the mix the plant came in, which I feel like it looks like tree fern and maybe pond is what it looks like. I'll probably get it repotted soon into my mix, because I'm not sure how quickly this mix tends to dry out. I've been watering it like every 7-ish to 10 days. He's sitting on my computer and it seems to be doing okay with that. I mean, it's growing, it's happy. I just didn't want to disturb it right away, you know? But she is such a pretty Hoya. I'm so happy to have this one. I think out of all my Hoyas, she's definitely going to be up there for sure. I love my Matilde Splash. It's in my like top 5 Hoyas, but this one, I feel like once it grows more, Loon, you're making my computer make noises. It's going to be in my top 5 for sure. I feel like because she is all silver, she's going to take forever to grow, which is kind of sad. I hope she grows fast. She is working on a new set of leaves here and here. So I feel like once I get a few more leaves, like a few more nodes to come in and grow, then I'll go ahead and do a chop. But I'm going to wait a little bit longer. So I think I've had this one probably a couple months now. I think it's been a bit, but yeah, I'm really happy to have her. She's so pretty. So out of all of them here, I feel like these two, I think I'm most excited for. And then of course, I love this one. And I really love the silver on this one. And I really, 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 really love this one. This Pimenta Liana, I don't know how to pronounce that, Albo Marginata. I'm really, really excited for this one. The sheen, just like the sheen to that is so pretty. I'm excited for a lot of these, and the freebies, of course. I'm really excited to see them grow out. So I'll have to see how they do here for me. If there's any of these that I decide that I'm no longer interested in after having them and growing them and caring for them, then I may eventually let them go. And I feel like I'm going to be like bringing new plants in my collection all the time and downsizing some plants just to see kind of what people are more after and what I like growing too, because that's the thing. It's like I have to like growing it. If I'm going to sell it, like I want to sell plants that I'm happy with and love propagating and growing. And I love having like a different variety to have. I don't want to keep selling the same plants over and over again. Out of all the Hoyas I showed you, which one are you guys interested in the most, or that's perhaps maybe on your wish list? I'm excited to kind of update you and let you know my thoughts after growing them longer, which one I feel like grows well and is doing well for me. I'll have to maybe make a follow-up video or something in some time. So I really hope you enjoyed this Hoya haul / little mini rant. My battery's about to die, so I need to make this quick. But yeah, I'm really excited for these. Thank you so much for being here and for your support. And again, like what I was saying at the beginning of the video, this is just something I wanted to get off my chest for a little bit. And like, again, like I'm happy to share shops and everything if I just feel like it, but just know that I'm not being paid to promote unless I say that. And then I also don't want to blur that line between like customer and like feeling like I have to promote in a sense. So yeah, thank you so much again for watching and for being here, and I will talk to you again soon.